Chief.
Yes, sir.
He and I'll head up along with you, Commander.
If
we can, we'll let these guys have it in the back.
I know it's a tough moment. It's a tough moment in the life of a sailor, and it's a tough moment in the lives of families. Departure of a ship on a mission to an area and to tasks that I think bring concern for safety. I am well aware that in the thousands of details of preparation in which this ship's company of Vancouver has been employed, of what quite literally now what's been the final weeks of work, to get all the systems through final checks, all the training done, it will have seemed very frequently to wives and husbands and children that remain behind that at times the sailor was already gone. My wife always dreaded the final days when it seemed that my attention was turned to the task ahead, and she always seemed to think that I was already underway. You have to have done it, I think, to know how it feels at the moment. For some, this will be the first time. For some, this will be one of many departures. Regardless, I think, of the frequency, it never gets any easier. Command Chief Claude Laurando and I wanted to be here today to acknowledge this price, the price this nation and this Navy is asking of you, and to thank you for it. Both the family that will sail in Vancouver and the family that will stay behind. Ours isn't the business of questioning whether we go or not. We respond to the direction of government. But I know that families cannot help but ask if the pain of separation is worth it. 4 months ago, 2nd of March, Chief and I were in Halifax to bid farewell to Charlottetown, deploying on little more than 2 days' notice the first ship underway to what became known as Operation Mobile. It's our contribution to the NATO mission to enforce Security Council resolutions that authorize an arms embargo against Libya, as well as actions necessary to protect civilians who are under threat of attack. We visited Charlottetown in the Mediterranean last month. Not really to see how well they were performing the mission. I knew that already. I knew that not only from the reports that I read, but by the praise that I'd heard from every source. Every admiral and general who knew what Charlottetown was doing and how effectively she operated in doing boardings, providing aid to those that were distressed at sea in the Med, patrolling inshore, conducting surveillance, and in support of strikes against pro-Gaddafi forces. What I was interested in that visit was how the sailors were doing. Did they think they were effective? Was it worth it? A young cook in the galley line on his first deployment. He wasn't really sure what I did or why I was there. But he took me aside, quite humbly, matter-of-factly, but very proudly. He wanted me to know that there were dozens, maybe hundreds of Libyans who are alive today because Charlottetown was there doing their job. It's tough today, minutes before departure, but the sorrow and the anxiety you feel should be and will be mixed with one of accomplishment. This nation has always stood against aggression. Previous generations have done so, and you are the means by which we do it today. You're equipped and trained and prepared, and in the business upon which you are about to embark, there are none better in the world. I'm very confident in this ship's company. I have watched you manage an ever-changing operations schedule over a year, and I've watched you prepare for this day with lots of activity and lots of surprises in the last few days, and you overcame that the way you have overcome everything else. I'm very respectful and appreciative of the support of families that help make what you do possible. I will not be able to visit Vancouver on deployment. That honor will fall to somebody else. But I know that I and every Canadian will be exceptionally proud of what you accomplish. You are making a difference. I know this night's tough. Like I say, you got to have done it to know just how tough it can be. There will be people alive who wouldn't otherwise be for what you're about to do. Godspeed and thanks very much.
Thanks very much, guys. How you doing? Thank you. So you're the ones going to come on after this release. Good old man. What do you know over? How long have you been there? Lots of things. Yeah. A year and a half? Whoa. You're talking back thinking too much. I just got here too. I have no clue what's going on. Number one broke his arm, hockey game.
Go with you guys.
But when you actually push the button and say, go, there's always the bits, pulling it together. So immensely proud that they're ready to go. Really understand. What age their kids are. Trying to explain
Like to carry on.